Hello, welcome to episode 3 of the AccountaBuddy Cop.
He meant to say AccountaBuddy podcast.
Ah,
I'm Tom. That's Dom. Permission to hold you accountable, bro.
Sure.
You should practice speaking before you get on this. Again, episode 3 of the podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what time it is. It is sponsor time. So this particular episode is brought to you by Disney. And
Disney and Mickey Mouse.
Yep.
Which is honestly something that we're going to be talking about today.
You know, I saw that in the sheet, our prep sheet.
Yeah.
And that is why I made him the sponsor.
For
Also,
those,
we recorded this in our sister's house.
Yes.
Right? She has great. The smell here, the candles, fantastic.
phenomenal.
So we're
I
also
honestly
brought to you
don't
by
know. Yeah.
Sandalwood and Tonka.
Yeah. The Tonka is what really makes it.
DW Home. Not sure where she got it,
Yeah.
but if you guys could come here,
Marshalls.
Marshalls.
If you guys could come here, the bathroom one's my favorite.
Oh, yeah, for sure. The bathroom one's great. And also our sponsors, Tony, for letting us host this in her house. Okay, so the topic of our podcast today is lack of support from friends and family. We are products of it. Okay, so that we know a lot about it, and it definitely, if we're products about it, being in the entrepreneurship field, there are others that have lack of support, and it will get to them. No matter how mentally tough you are, the lack of support is definitely going to get to you guys. So what we kind of want to do is highlight on 3 areas of where you can overcome the lack of support.
But first, we'll tell you a couple stories about some very famous people.
Sure.
And some very successful people.
Yes.
Who've had stories like that.
Right.
So I'll do
Talk
that.
about your boy Hansen.
I'll do the
You haven't stopped about this guy.
Yeah, so one guy I listen to all the time religiously is Ryan Russillo. I love it. He does a segment at the end of his podcast called Life Advice. And he had 2 pretty recent ones that were awesome. That one was quick and actually came out today. Jim Henson, who created the Muppet Babies, when he was creating them, everybody thought he was crazy because he kept talking like, weird voices, everything like that. To the point where they almost
like a
had,
Muppet.
like a Muppet.
Yeah.
Kermit. Is that,
Which I gotta be honest, if I'm in his circle of friends,
you might say it too.
I'm
You
like,
probably
all
like,
right,
It-
all
it
right,
gets old.
all
This
right.
dude's a weirdo, man.
Yeah.
Anyway, they almost had like an intervention. And this part of this podcast, by the way, was a listener emailed in and Russell read it. That they almost gave Jim Henson, they gave him an intervention to stop talking like a
Right.
weirdo. And that he had, it's just an example of somebody who had no support from his family and friends.
Right.
And if good thing he didn't listen to him, because he would have created Muppet Babies, which I still think are weird. Not the biggest fan.
What is
but
Muppet Babies? You keep saying Muppet Babies.
Muppet-
Is it the Muppets?
Muppet Baby. Muppets.
Dude, don't sing a song like it's a common song.
Piggy, Miss Piggy.
The Muppets.
Yeah, Kermit the Frog.
Yeah, bro. It's the Muppets. Big Bird,
Muppet.
Elmo. Those are the Muppets, man.
That's Sesame Street, you weirdo.
Elmo's
Muppet Babies are completely different.
Okay, name Muppet Babies.
Kermit the Frog.
That's Sesame Street.
What?
Am I wrong?
Kermit is not Sesame.
Kermit is not Sesame Street.
No.
Dominic is wrong with everything that he's saying
You're-
at this point in time.
Yeah, but the Muppets are the Muppets.
Muppet Babies was
Okay.
made in 2018.
You
All right, so let's
IT is checking it. Let her
2018?
talk.
I have the computer.
sure?
Not
Elmo.
Not
Definitely
Elmo
not.
is not.
Mickey Mouse.
They are completely different things.
Peter from Family Guy.
For somebody who thinks he knows everything.
I don't know enough about kids stuff yet.
Wow. Anyway, Jim
Madison's 8
Henson
months, so.
created-
Jim Henson, sure, yes, and he persevered even though he had a lack of support.
Long story short, no
Yeah.
support created anyway.
Right.
Another person that Ursula brought up on his podcast, I'm not going to say his name yet, better when I say it at the end.
Okay.
I'm going to completely butcher this story. But
Oh, here we
basically,
go.
Russillo went to college in Vermont, right?
Mhm.
I love, by the way, I love Ryan Russillo. Ryan, I know you'll never listen to this, but he's the shit. I love him. Spent some time at ESPN.
Yeah,
Actually
no.
Moved out to LA to be a writer, right? I don't know how it's going.
Right.
Maybe going up. He
Yeah.
has his own podcast. He's extremely successful.
Great.
Somebody else?
Ryan, how's it going, Ryan?
Right.
Talk to us, bro.
Right. Let us know in the
So,
comments.
Another person who just probably had some lack of support and decided to move out there.
Of course.
But I don't hear that story.
Sure.
And he's a humble guy.
Mm-hmm.
And he's also jacked. So anyway, he was telling a story about how he went to school in Vermont, and he had a buddy there who all he wanted to do was go sing at this dive bar all the time. And they were underage, so they could never get in, so they never really went there, blah, 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 blah.
Right.
Never supported him. And your friends and family, touches on this, are you're the least supportive people, unless people genuinely want the best for you.
Right.
To the point where this person eventually said, "Hey, I'm gonna move down to Nashville. I'm gonna go to Vanderbilt and pursue my singing career." To which he said, Rosillo said he could not have found a less supportive group of guys. Right. So nobody supported him at all.
Right.
Turns out that person was Dierks Bentley.
Dierks Bentley.
Like, listen,
you like
could
him?
name a Dierks Bentley song?
Name one Dierks Bentley song.
You could give me 10 minutes, and I wouldn't be able to. Give me 100 minutes. Give me 1,000 days.
Okay.
Okay, Dom, tell me your story about Disney.
All right, my boy, Walt Disney. Honestly, like, I have a few idols in my life,
Be honest.
and he's one of them. But no, for real. Like, for real, I'm being honest.
You don't say.
Walt Disney is one of my idols. And I've read every biography and story I could about him. He went through so much before.
I mean, dude, he created a talking mouse. Like, there's no way that guy wasn't like, check out this video.
Right. But he failed, and it all started with the mouse, which is why we have Mickey Mouse here. I love Disney. I love his story. I love what he's created. And he started out with lack of support, right? His brother Roy, obviously, not obviously, but he started it with his brother Roy. But he did have failures, lack of support, lack of trust, and he just persevered. And he overcame all, just because he saw the light at the end of the tunnel. And if you listen to our last episode, what's the alternative, right? So I idolize him, and what he's, not him himself, obviously, Walt Disney has passed, and what has become of Disney has been ridiculous, buying Star Wars, Marvel, ESPN, all that happened post his life. But what he started, the foundation he started, wouldn't have been what it is if he didn't persevere, if he didn't walk away from the lack of support that he had. And another one is Elon Musk, right? So he started out a little bit better off than Walt, right? I mean, they're obviously different eras, but he started so many companies before he had PayPal, and people don't know PayPal was his, right? That's how he started. Different.
Elon Musk's followers called Musk.
Listen,
I understand.
Can you?
They honestly should
Should we
be
get our
called.
tea on that?
We got to tweet Elon. Hey, comma.
Permission to hold myself accountable?
Yeah, no, that's good.
How did I not know Elon Musk started
PayPal? Yeah.
I thought there was somebody famous that famously did not invest in PayPal. Okay.
So, ways to overcome lack of support in family and friends. Build your reputation in whatever avenue that you are looking to persevere in. Whether it's sales, whether it's in the weight loss community, whether it's starting a podcast, anything. Build a reputation that you can be confident and proud of, and you'll only get more success from it. You'll feel more confident from that reputation that you've built this plateau. If you treat every customer like they're your best customer, and you do that 100 more times, you're going to feel this overwhelming sense of pride in what you do, right? And the reputation will precede you, and it's something that you're going to use yourself to feel more confident.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Well, also by doing that, you don't pay attention to your friends not supporting you.
Of course, yeah. At that point in time,
Above all of it,
right?
The thing that you need to overlook, and again, we do it now. I'd certainly do it. We have a couple different companies. As simple as sharing a post, right?
Right.
You post something to Instagram, Facebook to promote the company, and they don't even like it. There's certain things that, I don't know what it is, reasoning behind it, but here's the thing. You can't care about it. I'd be lying to you if I said I don't.
Right.
In preparation for this podcast, I read an article about not caring.
Right. It's difficult
holding
to
myself accountable.
It is
I'm
difficult.
not going to be able to just do that.
Right.
I'm going to be annoyed and pissed about it.
Right.
So, but at the same time, you can't expect people to go and support every little thing that you do.
Right. And
Because not every little thing you do is magic.
yeah, all right, that works. That plays. Yeah. Name the band.
The Flobies.
Okay.
Flobies something we're going to talk about.
Sting and the Police. So,
Well, Dom's better than me.
yeah.
You can name all the singers. What you'll come to realize is Dominic just because he like knows stuff, like singers and stuff. He's cool. He can name more than one Dirk's Family song. I don't really understand it, but it's okay.
Right. Okay, so let's build your reputation, right? And one other thing is surround yourself with like-minded individuals. Surround yourself with entrepreneurs.
That's tough
It's tough, but
to find them.
no, it's tough to find them, but it's also tough to leave whatever circle that you're currently in.
Yeah.
Right? Because you could be in a circle from way back when, and that circle could be not like-minded individuals. It could be somebody that's not supporting you, that's not giving you the support you need. But you have to do a shift, right? And how hard is it to get a new circle at 30, 40, 50 years old?
Not a lot of people want to make new friends at this age.
No, of course not.
I do. I'd just like to say.
Tommy's looking
But I
for
think
friends.
it's uncomfortable for people to approach it.
No, of course. So ways to do that: surround yourself with like-minded individuals. Go to Reddit. Find subreddits for people who are looking to do A, B, or C. Find Facebook groups. Find meetups in local areas. It's just they're out there. It is out there for you to do. It's just something that you need to start looking for, right? Once you do that, the conversations you are going to have they're going to shift, right? They're going to shift from that's a bad idea. You really shouldn't do that. They'll laugh at your ideas behind your back and you'll feel it and you'll know it. To that's a good idea. Why don't you tweak this? Why don't you do that? I never thought of that. It just builds you up. And surrounding yourself with these people, like you are the 5 surrounding people that you are, like you're, you understand what I'm saying, right?
Consummate person of the 5.
Of the 5 closest people around you. And that's true. It really is true. If you surround yourself with negativity, you're going to be a negative person, right? But if you surround yourself with like-minded people, it really will better whatever you're looking to do. For instance, as a real estate agent, as a entrepreneur,
Real estate mogul.
thank you, I could work from my home office easily. I could wake up, go downstairs, gym shorts, sweatpants, whatever the case is. I don't have to look presentable. I can make my call. I do everything from my desk at my house, or I can go into the office, be surrounded by the conversations, the noise of the industry I'm in, which will better myself, whether I pick up a nugget here or somebody pick up some nugget from me, and that boosts my self-confidence. It's a shift that you need to make if you are getting lack of support from your friends and family. Does that make sense?
It does.
Yeah. So
It's hard.
it is hard. It really it's not easy, and it's not for everybody, right?
Honestly.
There are thousands of people that are comfortable 9 to 5. If that's what you're comfortable doing, if you're happy, go for it. That's it. All right. So basically, surround yourself with like-minded individuals. At the end of the day, it's you're only going to better yourself, right? Word up. So, lastly, our third bullet point here is to highlight the small victories. Mm-hmm. That's why ladders have multiple spokes. Right? They're close together, right? Okay. Take your time. I'll be here.
Sweating.
That's good. No.
I'm back. I'm back.
Oh,
You gotta
Lordy
warn me
me.
next time, man. Truth bomb.
Honestly, for real, though. Like, what I mean by that is go to the gym, eat right, rinse, repeat over and over. Because to get from here to there, it seems daunting, scary, And if I see this step right here, and I look up there and I say, okay, I have to lose 50 pounds.
Don't look up. Or yes, look up.
No, don't look up.
Don't.
Great movie on Netflix. But if I see that, I'm like, okay, I have to lose 50 pounds and I have to do it. I want to do it by summer and it's March 1. You know how scary that is?
Yeah, well, if you started, permission to hold you accountable.
Hold me accountable.
You started it January. And,
It's true.
2 months.
I got my wisdom teeth pulled out. I got COVID, so.
I've never heard of the ladder thing.
Ladder's good, right?
But ladder's good.
Ladder's good.
Oh, don't gas his head up. Now, this kid's going to be talking about ladders. He's going to make a t-shirt about it.
It's gonna make a ladder.
Now, hold on. That t-shirt's not a bad idea. Throw the AB logo on it, call it a day. You're welcome.
Tyler, do you want to maybe start like a ladder company?
Empire Ladders. One step at a time.
Once upon a ladder.
One step on a ladder at a time. The ladders.
We're such a clatter. Charlie! At least we know that apple pie. All right. So there's a lot of stupid inventions out there, right?
Come on.
Yeah. Pet rock, Flowbee, mood ring, Snuggie.
But
cheap.
you know what? Stupid. You don't like that term? I don't like it. All right.
What's the word? What's the word I'm looking for?
I'll call you out, man. Stupid. Everybody thought. A lot of people think AccountaBuddy's stupid
Yeah.
or silly.
No. Yeah.
So
Yes, you're correct.
I don't like calling it stupid. I don't think there's no such thing. Inventions that may have been frowned upon at their inception.
There it is.
Fair?
Yeah, the acronym for that is stupid. They probably had a lack of support. They probably were laughed out of a couple of conference rooms, right? J.K. Rowling was laughed out of a few different publishing companies before somebody finally sunk their teeth in Harry Potter.
Yeah, and when they wrote Schmeagol into that thing, I just was.
Tommy doesn't watch Harry Potter. He makes fun of us for watching it. So
I do like Gandalf, and I think he's a really big important part of the Sorcerer of the Stone.
Are you saying these things wrong on purpose?
Yeah.
Do you know Smeagol's not?
Neither is Gandalf.
Yes. Yes, I get it. Star Wars, like it's fun.
Tommy's too cool for his
No, I did watch Harry Potter. I don't get it, the hype over it, but that's a topic for another day.
You're really alienating.
Actually, I should probably stop. No, Harry Potter was the best.
Yeah, and that's
Download AccountaBuddy.
not a topic for any other day. I mean, everyone disagrees with you, so the top.
Maybe I just need to watch them again.
Honestly, I don't want you to.
Harry!
No, Hermione. You. You wouldn't get that.
I got that.
You watched it
You
one
got
time?
It's the chess scene.
Yes, it is just.
Wow. All right, I'll give you that. But that's because you.
Professor Snape.
That's because you watch TikToks.
I'm Snape.
Okay. Anyway, lack of support.
Lived or left.
Right. So lack of support, lack of.
Can I just?
Sure.
You're good.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. No, we only got a couple minutes left. Anyways. Harry Potter's the best.
Lack of support.
My son looks like Harry. No.
Don't
tell
get
me
it
his
wrong. Don't get it wrong. Otherwise, I'm kicking you out of the company.
What the hell's
Don't-
Harry's friend's name? Ron Weasley.
Nice.
Anyway, besides you guys went off on the Harry Potter topic, the whole point of this podcast, what you got to come away with it, is you cannot take your lack of support from your family and friends, put it in the back window. Is that a term? What's it? In the back
It's
windshield?
not even close to a
Put it in the back
term.
window.
What is
The
it?
rear view.
Put it in the back window.
Take it, put it in the back window.
What are you putting in that?
I have no idea.
With all your beanie babies.
All your baseball cards.
Wish I could find my baseball card. Anyway, no, put it
Yes.
in the rear view. Listen,
Sure,
you can't
yeah.
listen to it, can't pay attention to it.
Right. And
it's
don't let it get to
toxic.
you.
Don't let it get to you. Who cares?
We can tell you this. There's no magic 8-ball that is going to change it overnight. Because it is going to get to you. And it'll get to you more often than not.
Use it as fuel, fire.
It's really difficult to switch it from negative words and negative connotations to fuel.
Yeah.
Right? That's the switch you need to make. It's not easy to do if you're not mentally tough, if you're not emotionally tough. You're going to listen to the naysayers. It's going to get to you. But at the end of the day, What's the alternative? The alternative is not doing this. It's not persevering. It's not working through the struggles. It's not hitting that next notch on the ladder. Then you're going to stay stagnant. You're going to wake up in a month from then, and you're going to say, I really wish I did this. Rinse and repeat, and that's going to happen for the next 4, 5, 6 years of your life. And you're going to turn around, and you're going to say, what could have been? That is it for episode 3 of the AccountaBuddy podcast. My name is Dom.
This is Tom.
And that's TA. Thank you for listening. Have a good night.